On the last video I posted regarding my brother's incident at the Tropicana Hotel, I received many comments with different opinions. Some people believe my brother created his own problems that night. I agree. However, all of us at one time in our lives were young, and most of us consumed too much alcohol at one time or another. Did his actions warrant the bouncers to escort him out of the club? Yes. Did his actions warrant what took place? Absolutely not. In one comment, a person said something to the effect that I needed a crew of guys to approach the bouncers. Let me just say this. In the street, the actual street, not the keyboard tough guy fantasy street, in my brother's situation, he had to deal with 4 or 5 bouncers. And as we all know, people who do that type of work are not average sized guys. Yet, these steroid head bouncers made a decision that they would need 4 or 5 of them to deal with a 20-something-year-old kid. In the street mentality, they dealt my brother those cards and could expect the same cards in return. So it wasn't about crewing up to go approach bouncers. It was about approaching guys who crewed up. The second interestingly ridiculous comment was basically saying if you're into life and you're afraid to pick up an assault charge, you better pick another career. The first thing I'll say to this is fear or being afraid was never in my decision making. Any smart guy in that life doesn't want to pick up any charges. The principle of the street is not to get caught doing anything illegal, not to add another pinch to your belt. Secondly, being that last comment either came from a civilian and a possible troll, what they don't or will never comprehend is although I had my family member, in this case my brother, injured by bouncers, I also had another family to think of, and that was the Lucchese family. So while I may have been in protection mode, I also had to protect my other family. Rolling the dice with their freedom just to achieve my self-serving revenge was not worth the risk-reward in my book. Knowing mistakes were made on the phone, I was never going to have my other family pay for it just to avenge my brother. Once again, I thank all those who have subscribed to this channel. I appreciate it. I'll end this with my favorite viewer comment about Sit Down News for the adults in the room.